I had the idea to change the vise just to make it a lot quicker. I think if you could put a nut on the end of the vise and use an impact driver, or just any sort of driver at all, it'd be a hell of a lot quicker than just using the handle they provide you. So I found a reasonably large nut that's roughly the same size as that part of the vise. I also thought it a good idea to use the angle grinder to cut vertical and horizontal grooves into that piece of metal, just to give the weld something more to stick into, just to sort of solidify it together better. I put a lot of weld in, welded on the inside of the nut and the outside of the nut, and put a lot of filler metal into it. I decided to fill up the centre as well as the outsides. The only problem with doing a lot of a weld on the outside is it prevents you from putting a socket on the end of the nut. So afterwards what I ended up doing was getting an angle grinder again and cleaning up the nut. Just give it back its proper shape so it fits in the socket a lot better. If I was to do it again, I would use a couple nuts, maybe 2 or 3, just to make it easier to put a socket on the end and give it more grip. I got the idea for this one day, literally just using a vise to try and squash open some plug ends to get the brass out, because I do scrap metal. And I found it such a time-consuming thing to spin it round and round and round and round just for it to move a couple of millimeters. Then I realised I had a impact driver with a socket end on it. Just looked at the end of the vise and I realised if you just put a nut on the end of that, it'd make it a hell of a lot quicker. It's so much quicker, it actually makes it worth saving the plug ends and breaking the plug ends in the vise and taking the brass out that way. Before, what I was doing was just cutting the plug ends off, selling the cables, and then selling the sockets separately, but you don't get a good price for the sockets. But if you can smash them open or open them quick enough, it makes it viable to get the brass out and save the brass, because the brass is a good price. If you did this for an hour a day, I reckon get about 2 kilos of pure brass. It's not a lot of money, but it all helps. If you've got some spare time and nothing to do, or it's spare time on a night or weekend, might as well just pop in the garage for an hour, put some music on, and make some money. Probably got 1 or 2 more vices in the garage somewhere, but at the moment the garage is so packed, I just can't find anything. I'm in the process at the moment of clearing the garage. Hopefully I can find a bigger and better vice, and when I do, I'll do this modification on that one as well. If not, I might actually make a vice. I think that'd be quite a cool project. I've seen some videos on YouTube and I think, well, I've got some ideas how to make it better, and the clearer the garage gets, the better the projects I can do, because at the moment I'm sort of working around rubbish and materials that I don't quite need. See, at the moment, as you can see in the video, I've got a lathe to the right of that vice, and the lathe is completely chock-a-block full of other stuff, full of car cleaning equipment, so I really need to get everything cleared out of there and make some space so then I can make better projects in the future. But I think, yeah, one of the projects I want to make in the future is a big vice. I've got some cool ideas for it, and hopefully I can pull it off.